The transition from a full house to a quiet one happened faster than I ever could have imagined. I was never the legal guardian of my stepchildren, I was simply their mother's husband. I was perfectly content in that role, maintaining a respectful relationship with them and their biological father. He was flaky, but between him and his parents, the child support was paid, and his custody time was always honored. When my wife passed away suddenly last year, my world shattered. I was left as a single father to our two young children. Amidst the grief, the legalities of life took over. My in-laws secured visitation through grandparents' rights, and the stepchildren's biological father was granted full custody. Because he lived in a bachelor loft, the kids moved in with their paternal grandparents. My home has 6 bedrooms, including a finished basement. When my wife was alive, we shared the master suite. Our 2 children shared a room, and the stepchildren each had their own. I kept my office in the basement. For 3 months after the funeral, I left the stepchildren's rooms exactly as they were. I wanted to give them space to return if they needed to, but they never did. They haven't stepped foot in the house since their mother's services. Eventually, I had to look toward the future. I called their father and asked him to pick up their belongings so I could clean and paint. I wanted my 2 children to have their own rooms on the same floor as me and to move my office back upstairs. The reaction from that side of the family was explosive. They accused me of trying to erase the children and get rid of them. I tried to explain the practicality. I have no legal rights over these children. If they were injured under my roof, I couldn't even sign a medical consent form. I offered a compromise, explaining that I would convert the basement into 2 guest rooms specifically for them to use when visiting their half-siblings. The offer was rejected. They insisted I leave the rooms untouched, essentially demanding I maintain a shrine to a life that had moved on. I finally decided I had to be the father my biological children needed. I carefully boxed up the stepchildren's belongings and stored them in the basement. I repainted the upstairs rooms, giving my kids their own spaces and moving my office out of the dark basement. Their father still hasn't come to collect their things, yet he continues to berate me over the phone for excluding his children. I find myself wondering, am I the asshole for prioritizing the needs of the children I am actually raising and remodeling my own home to fit our new reality?